Here we go. What's up, guys? Welcome to Unlimited Freedom. This is Vaughn with Unlimited Freedom. I'm going to be getting with you today about a breaking news announcement, right? A live breaking news announcement. Guys, we've got another Novatech situation, okay? Before I jump into it, guys, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, and I'm not your financial advisor, okay? I'm just a guy who comes on here. I talk about what I'm doing in a lot of different areas, okay? We talk about cryptocurrency on here. We talk about crypto platforms, Forex trading, high frequency Forex. We talk about real estate, the stock market, dividend stocks. So we got a lot going on here at the Unlimited Freedom Network. Okay. And the reason why it is a network, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why it is a network is because we don't put all our eggs in the same basket here. And we're about to see why. Okay. We don't put all of our money, all of our energy, all of our time, all of our hope, all into one platform. No, here we are diversified. Okay, so there's a multitude of different options that we can look at, right? That way, if one of them rug pulls, if one of them disappears, if something happens, right, we don't lose everything. Okay, so very, very important to know that and to understand that. All the links to every platform that I talk about here is in my description. So if you're interested in a platform, go to my description, click the link there, and it will take you to the page. You can either click the link or you can copy and paste the link into your browser. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. That way you'll be notified whenever I release a new video. Also, when you hit the like button, it helps me out with the YouTube algorithm, pushes the videos out further, and it shows YouTube that, hey, there's some engagement. People like what this guy has to say. So do me a favor, hit the like button. Also, in that description, you can grab my book, The Power of Leadership. I did this book last year with Matt Morris. I wrote a chapter. Matt wrote a chapter. It's got chapters written by a lot of other great entrepreneurs. Okay. And so if you're into starting your own business, becoming an entrepreneur, link is in the description. You can get it on Amazon. All right. So we have a breaking news announcement. Okay. So let me go ahead and get my handy dandy sound. I just got this sound the other day, so I don't know how great it's going to work, but it's perfect for a breaking news announcement. Okay, let's find it here. All right, you guys ready? We have a breaking news announcement for Novatech. Novatech breaking news. Breaking live here at the Unlimited Freedom Network, guys, and I want to give a shout out to Vet. And let me shout this guy out because he's the one who sent me this. His name is Z06 underscore VETTE. Shout out to you, Vet. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you getting the information to me right away. You know, I count on you guys when something comes up to let me know so that we can get on here and we can get into it. Now, without further ado, let's jump into the content. This just came out today, April 17th, 2023, Novatech FX regulation. Here we go, guys. Novatech FX fined $50,000 for securities fraud in Wisconsin. Okay, fined $50,000 for securities fraud in the state of Wisconsin. Okay, this has just happened. They've been fined $50,000. All right. Let me go ahead and get into the article, guys, and then I will hit up the chat, answer your questions, go back and forth with you. But remember, I am just reading this news myself live here so that we can all be together as a family when we learn about the latest debacle, the latest breakdown from Novatech. Here we go, guys. Novatech FX has received a securities fraud cease and desist from Wisconsin's Department of Financial Institutions. Okay, and that will be shown as DFI from here onward. So Novatech FX has received a securities fraud cease and desist. This is a legit securities fraud cease and desist from Wisconsin's Department of Financial Institutions. Okay, regulatory agency in Wisconsin. DFI's notice details allegations of fraud and includes proposed restitution and civil penalty orders. Uh-oh. Well, let me ask you this. If Novatech doesn't even have the money to pay out the bonus accounts on Mondays, where are they going to come up with the money to pay restitution? Oh, man. You guys are already in my chat. Here's shout out to you guys in the chat, man. You got let me at least finish the article before you guys start going in on me. All right. Okay. All right. So DFI's notice details allegations of fraud and includes proposed restitution and civil penalties orders. DFI's April 4th order lists Cynthia Petion, and this is just breaking right now on the 17th, but apparently the order was issued on April 4th. Lists Cynthia Petion, Eddie Petion, Novatech Ltd, and Paul J. DiRenzo as respondents. Cynthia and Eddie Petion own and operate Novatech FX. Novatech Ltd is a shell company incorporated in St. Vincent and Grenadines. Paul J. DiRenzo is a Novatech promoter from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. What? I don't think that's right. I think he's a family member, but the Novatech promoter? That's not good. All right. As a matter of due diligence, the order opens by citing the Petion's financial history. Here we go. Here's the actual order, guys. You ready? In or about 2011, Cynthia and Eddie Petion filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy in the United States Bankruptcy Court for the Eastern District of New York. Okay? Once again, guys, in or about 2011, Cynthia and Eddie Petion filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy in the United States Bankruptcy Court for the Eastern District of New York. In or about August 2019, a debt buyer sued Cynthia Petion in the Circuit Court of the 15th Judicial Circuit in Palm Beach County, Florida, Civil Division, for breach of contract and unjust enrichment, alleging that Cynthia Petion had failed and or refused to repay a loan. Okay? So once again, in or about August 2019, a debt buyer sued Cynthia Petion in the Circuit Court of the 15th Judicial Circuit in Palm Beach County, Florida, Civil Division, for breach of contract and unjust enrichment, alleging that Cynthia Petion had failed and or refused to repay a loan. Next one. In or about July 2018, a mortgage lender sued Eddie Petion and Cynthia Petion in the Circuit Court of the 15th Judicial Circuit in and for Palm Beach County, Florida, Civil Division, in an action to foreclose a defaulted mortgage on residential real property held by Eddie Petion and Cynthia Petion. Okay. At this point, the order goes on. Okay. So here's the next portion. Okay. In or about April 2018, a credit card issuer sued Cynthia Petion in the Circuit Court of the 15th Judicial Circuit in and for Palm Beach County, Florida, for account stated and unjust enrichment. Okay, so she was now sued by a credit card issuer. A judgment was issued or entered against Cynthia Petion in the amount of $11,776. Now, for those of you who think I'm just on here bashing Cynthia Petion, guys, I'm just reading the order. Okay, I'm just reading the order. So before you guys all hit me with being Mr. Negative and this and that, I'm just reading the cease and desist order. This is not coming from me. This is coming from the state of Wisconsin. Okay, so she got a judgment entered against her. Okay, in the amount of $11,776. In or about October 2017, a credit card issuer sued Eddie Petion in the county court in and for Palm Beach County, Florida, for the account stated. Now he also gets a judgment. A judgment was entered against Eddie Petion in the amount of $4,740.56. So not exactly big money there, guys, but they have some reason to want to share that here in the complaint. All right. The order also cites Novatech FX regulatory warning from Russia, British Columbia, which is Canada, and California. Okay, so what are they doing? They're starting to piggyback on the other cease and desist orders that have already been released. Okay, so the other cease and desist orders have already been released. Novatech is piggybacking on that, and or the other states are piggybacking on that. And this is what this can start a domino effect of one state does something, then another state follows suit, another state follows suit, and next thing you know, they got to leave the United States altogether. Okay, so for you guys that still have a lot of money in Novatech, I would say to go ahead and make a withdrawal, but you can't. You can't. Right? Maybe you can try to withdraw 5%, right? Maybe you can try to put in a bonus account withdrawal, but from what I'm hearing from you guys, those haven't been paying either. So, this is what it is, guys. Let's continue with the article, okay? I can talk about my thoughts on it afterwards. All right. So the order also cites Novatech FX regulatory warning from Russia, British Columbia, which is Canada, and California. Illegal conduct detailed in DFI's order begins with promotion of Novatech FX by Paul DiRenzo, shown on the right. So DiRenzo promoted Novatech on Craigslist. Okay. Here's the ad that this guy put on Craigslist. Okay. We trade for you get paid. Okay. We trade for you dash get paid every week. Okay. Here's the article. We trade for you dash get paid every week. And this might be why this guy is liable. Let the professionals trade for you. They have a remarkable track record. You make steady profits that you can withdraw or let them compound. You have access to your funds the entire time. Completely passive income. It's free to join and you can get started with very low amounts. Get paid each week. Returns have averaged over 3% per week. Completely passive income just takes a few minutes per week and you don't need any special knowledge. It's a very simple program. Email for more information. Okay. A Wisconsin resident, aliased ME in the order, responded to DiRenzo's ad on November 16th, 2022. DiRenzo contacted ME. That's the person in the order. Okay. All they're giving is their initials, ME. Okay. DiRenzo contacted ME via phone and directed him to a Zoom presentation held later that same day. Okay. On the Zoom presentation, DiRenzo pitched Novatech FX as an almost 3% a week passive investment opportunity. Okay. So basically, he brought people onto a Zoom meeting and he said, hey guys, you're going to make 3% a week or more. Right? Now, you can't say that. Right? You can't say that. Right? You can't promise people some sort of a return. Okay? So you can't promise people 3% a week, right? You can't promise people any kind of return. You have to say, hey, listen, first and foremost, I'm not a financial advisor. Okay? Secondly, on top of that, guys, you only risk what you can afford to lose, right? What is the risk? Losing 100% of your capital. That's the risk. And that should be stated every single time somebody promotes any type of platform like this. Okay. And according to this complaint, this guy did not do that. Okay. So according to this complaint, this guy did not do that. He actually said, hey, he pitched Novatech FX as an almost 3% a week passive investment opportunity. In the chat, guys, in the chat, let me know if any of you guys think that this guy broke out the compound calculator, right? When he was doing his, do you think that he broke out the Forex compound calculator, right? When he was doing his presentation? What do you think? Let me know in the chat. Okay. I'm thinking he probably did. Okay. So let's get back to the article. All right. Here is more from the actual filing. Novatech's average weekly return for investors was almost 3% a week and a chart displaying no losses whatsoever. DiRenzo told ME that even in the weeks when cryptocurrency lost value, Novatech investors still got paid because Novatech's traders make money when the market is going up, down, or sideways. Novatech had purportedly managed funds for investors which had purportedly earned 131% so far in 2022. DiRenzo said crypto went up in January, but is now down, but the Novatech traders always made money for investors, right? Again, there's that promise of a return. On December 1st, ME queried DiRenzo on California's Novatech FX securities fraud cease and desist. Oh my goodness. Let's see how he responded. DiRenzo told ME he was aware of the order and the fraud allegations, but did not elaborate further or provide any additional information. DFI additionally notes that neither Novatech FX or any of its promoters informed ME of the Pedion's legal history, Novatech FX's regulatory problems, and that none of the respondents were registered to offer or sell securities in Wisconsin. Okay, so let's go back up here and let me see. Yeah, so this was November 16th, 2022 that they brought this guy in. Yeah, so it's like, okay, you already know that Novatech is getting a bunch of cease and desist orders against them. That happened back in October. You already know that there's problems, yet you're still doing Zoom meetings trying to bring new recruits into Novatech, right? When you already recognize that probably this is not the best time to be bringing in new recruits. But hey, for whatever reason, and I don't know people's reasons behind doing what they do. Okay, so I know that a lot of people with Novatech are true believers. Okay. And this guy might be one. I don't know the guy, so I couldn't tell you. All right. Back into the complaint. Novatech posted numerous videos on YouTube featuring Cynthia and Eddie Petion representing to viewers that Novatech was registered as a hedge fund, broker dealer, and investment advisor between 2020 and 2022. So what they're saying here in the complaint is that Novatech, the company, actually posted videos on YouTube that represented to viewers that Novatech was registered as a hedge fund, broker dealer, and investment advisor between 20 and 2022. Novatech published posts to its Telegram account representing that it was a registered hedge fund in or about May 4th, 2022. So May the 4th be with you. So on May the 4th, they posted something in their official Telegram representing that it was a registered hedge fund on or about May 4th, 2022. As part of their investigation, DFI has established Novatech FX investors in Wisconsin number at least 270. All right, Vet, are you on? I don't know if Vet's on right now. Maybe he couldn't get on because he's doing something, but I just wanted to give him a shout out because he's the one that shot me this article. So shout out to Vet for doing that. Appreciate you, bro. All right, let's continue into the complaint. Pursuant to Wisconsin state law, an investment contract security includes an investment in a common enterprise with the expectation of profits to be derived through the essential efforts of someone other than the investor. Let's read that again. That's a mouthful. So, pursuant to Wisconsin state law, an investment contract security includes an investment in a common enterprise with the expectation of profits to be derived through the essential efforts of someone other than the investor. Okay, it is unlawful for a person in connection with the offer, sale, or purchase of a security, directly or indirectly, to make an untrue statement of a material fact or to omit to state a material fact necessary in order to make the statements made in light of the circumstances under which they were made, not misleading. Okay? Let's read that again. It is unlawful for a person in connection with the offer, sale, or purchase of a security, directly or indirectly, to make an untrue statement of a material fact or to admit to state a material fact necessary in order to make the statements made in light of the circumstances under which they were made, not misleading. Okay? So, basically, that means it's illegal to like lie to somebody about something that's an investment and mislead them intentionally. The investment packages offered by Novatech FX are investment contract securities pursuant to Wisconsin state law because Novatech investors' funds were to be managed by third party traders to generate profits, trading cryptocurrency and Forex for the investors without any active involvement by the investors. Okay. Novatech, Eddie Petion, and Cynthia Petion violated Wisconsin state law when they offered securities in Wisconsin and omitted to state material facts necessary to make the statements made. Okay. Novatech, Eddie Petion, and Cynthia Petion violated Wisconsin state law when they offered securities in Wisconsin and made misrepresentations of material fact, including but not limited to the representations that Novatech was registered as a hedge fund, broker-dealer, and investment advisor when it had never been registered in any of those capacities. Okay, none of the above respondents have ever been registered to offer or sell securities with the Division Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC, or the Financial Regulatory Authority, FINRA. Okay, as a result of the alleged securities fraud violations, and keep in mind they are alleged securities fraud violations, innocent until proven guilty, right? As a result of the alleged securities fraud violations, DFI has ordered Novatech FX and the Pedions. Here we go. Here comes the order. So here's what they're alleging first. Okay. Here's what they're alleging. And now here comes the order as to what they're going to do about it. So the allegations basically that they were selling securities unlawfully. Okay. And misleading and misrepresentation. Okay. Now, here is what the DFI has ordered Novatech FX and the Pedions to do. Okay. Quote, cease and desist from making or causing to be made any person or entity in Wisconsin any further offers or sales of securities until such securities qualify as covered securities or are registered. In addition, okay, so that's basically they're saying cease and desist in the state of Wisconsin. In addition, restitution has been ordered for all of Novatech FX's Wisconsin investors. Whoa, guys. Now, if that is the order, let me just ask you guys this. Do you think Novatech will be able to pay back every investor in Wisconsin? What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat because I don't. Right? Personally, I don't think they're going to be able to pay back every investor in Wisconsin. They can't even pay out their bonus accounts. So, what do you think they're going to do? Yeah, I mean, anyway, I'm still not. I'm getting into my own personal stuff before I finish the article. So let me go ahead and finish here. Man, that's big though, guys. You have to understand. Okay, let me bring that back one time just so that we all understand. Restitution has been ordered for all Novatech FX Wisconsin investors. That means their money is supposed to be paid back. What do you guys think? You think Novatech will pay back their money? The Pedions are also required to pay a $50,000 civil penalty. So actually, that's honestly, guys, that's kind of a slap on the wrist for all these allegations. Perhaps maybe they can't prove these allegations, and that's why they're offering such a low such a low punitive punishment for this, right? Let's go on and continue reading the complaint. Novatech Ltd, Cynthia Pedion, and Eddie Pedion shall pay restitution within 30 calendar days. Oh, hey, you guys, let me just tell you something right now. If you're waiting for Novatech to pay you some money, forget it. Okay, that this is probably why they haven't been paying anybody any money. Keep in mind, they've known about this since the beginning of April and said nothing. Right? They said nothing. They didn't give us any heads up about this whatsoever. And they even said for people to double down because they're going to pay you a 50% commission for bringing new people in. And they knew this was happening when they said that. Woo, man. Hey, that's cold. That's cold, baby. That's cold-blooded. That's cold-blooded. Okay, I mean, hey, man. Wow. Okay. Novatech Ltd, Cynthia Pedion and Eddie Pedion shall pay restitution within 30 calendar days of the issuance of this order and provide the division with proof of the restitution to the Wisconsin investors by no later than 30 days after restitution has been paid. So that's 60 days total, guys. It is further proposed. It is further proposed that an order be issued imposing a civil penalty against Novatech Ltd, Cynthia Petion, and Eddie Petion in the form of an administrative assessment totaling $50,000 for the violations committed pursuant to Wisconsin state law. Okay, so guys, the civil penalty is contingent on Novatech FX paying restitution to Wisconsin-based residents. Finally, Novatech FX will be required to pay DFI for costs related to its investigation. That amount is to be determined at a later date, and I'm sure it's going to be a big amount, right? The government doesn't play when it comes to making you pay them back. Novatech FX and the Petions have 30 days to request a hearing to challenge DFI's allegations. If they fail to do so, the proposed orders become permanent. Failure to adhere to DFI's order is a criminal offense under Wisconsin state law. Now, that's an important sentence. Okay, guys. Failure to adhere to DFI's order is a criminal offense under Wisconsin state law. So basically what they're saying is, hey, you're going to pay these people back their money. In addition, you're going to pay us $50,000. In addition, you're going to cease and desist from operating in Wisconsin. And if you don't, we are going to bring criminal charges. There's going to be an indictment. Okay? You heard it here, guys, right? You've heard it here first, right? Oh, man, right? And you know what criminal charges mean? Criminal charges mean possible jail time, right? So they really have, the state of Wisconsin has done this. So the state of Wisconsin is locked and loaded. They've done this. They've got the Petions in their sights. And if the Petions don't respond, they're going to get criminal charges, right? You heard it here first, guys. Man, this is crazy. To the best of my knowledge, Novatech FX has not informed investors of DFI cease and desist orders. And let me tell you, no, they have not. They did not inform me. They did not inform you. They did not inform anybody. Okay? Johnny, you live in Wisconsin? Do you know what that means, bro? Johnny, do you know what this means? This means that Novatech has been ordered by law to pay you back. So all that money that you've been waiting for, I know I've known Johnny for a couple months now because me and him go back and forth in the comments section all the time, and he's never gotten a dime from Novatech. And this is why. This is why, dude. It's because you live in Wisconsin. Okay? This is why. They haven't paid you because you live in Wisconsin, bro. So they're like under orders to pay you and everybody else in that state. So hopefully you get your money, right? But you never know at this point. It's a new wacky situation every day with Novatech. Every day, I swear it's something else. Okay. All right. So since 2019, right? And that's when apparently the first identification for Novatech securities fraud actually happened back in 2019. That's also something that was never told to me, right? I never heard that they got securities fraud warnings as far back as 2019. Okay. Since then, limited withdrawals are being paid under increasingly restrictive conditions. Oh, yeah, you think? Novatech FX's weekly returns have dropped from, quote unquote, almost 3% a week to a fraction of a percent. As of March 2023, SimilarWeb estimated 72% of Novatech FX's website traffic originated out of the U.S. Whether the Petions are still in the U.S. has been unclear since late 2022. Let's bring that back one time. So, whether or not the Petions are still in the U.S. has been unclear since late 2022. Securities law in the U.S. is materially the same at the state and federal level. Okay? So, the charges being anticipated are federal securities and wire fraud charges. Okay? And those charges are to be anticipated to be filed also against Novatech. So we've got federal securities fraud and wire fraud. Okay. Now, for those of you who don't know, wire fraud is like the number one thing that the FBI charges people for because it's the easiest thing to prove, right? So if somebody's getting charged for wire fraud from the FBI, that means you're gonna have to make a deal or do some time, okay? Because when they've got you on wire fraud, they pretty much have you, okay? Uh, so okay, yeah, Larry, welcome, Larry. Larry's in the chat. All right, guys. So I'd be happy to hear, to see what you think about this, Larry. But I'm going to go through all your guys' comments. I want to go through this one more time quickly, okay? Just for those of you who are just now logging on. So we're going to go through this blow by blow, and then I will get into your guys' comments. So Novatech FX has been fined $50,000 for securities fraud in the state of Wisconsin. Okay. Basically, what they're saying is that Cynthia and Eddie Apetian, uh, first, the state looked into their financial history. Okay. Now, according to the state, their financial history, they have bankruptcies in their history, they have judgments against them, and they lost a house. Okay. The order also cites Novatech FX got a regulatory warning from Russia, British Columbia, Canada, and California. So this is not a regulatory warning, guys. This is a regulatory action, right? So this is not a regulatory warning. This is a regulatory action that is now being taken against Novatech in the state of Wisconsin. Okay. Um, a Wisconsin resident, aliased ME in the order, said that a Novatech promoter had brought them to a Zoom presentation. Said and that during the Zoom presentation, it was pitched that almost 3% a week passive income opportunity. Okay, on December 1st, he contacted the guy who promoted it and told him about, hey, Novatech has gotten a securities fraud cease and desist. This guy basically didn't respond. He just said, yeah, I'm aware of that. Whatever, leave me alone. Right. I've already brought you into the company. Scram, kick rocks. Right. I've already made my commission. You're good. Um, None of the respondents were registered to offer or sell securities in Wisconsin. Okay. And in this complaint, the state of Wisconsin is saying that what Novatech was doing was offering unregistered securities and therefore have violated securities laws. All right. Now, restitution has been ordered for all Novatech FX Wisconsin investors. The Petions are also required to pay a $50,000 civil penalty. Now, the $50,000 civil penalty, excuse me, is just kind of like a slap on the wrist, right? Or slap on the wrist, right? It's like $50,000 is not much when you're dealing with a company like Novatech. But what is pertinent here is that there is a restitution order, a full restitution order for everybody who lives in the state of Wisconsin, excuse me. And if Novatech does not request a hearing within 30 days from that April 4th announcement, the orders become permanent. If they do not comply by paying back everybody in Wisconsin and the 50,000 and the money for the investigation, they're going to be brought up under criminal offense under the Wisconsin state law. Okay? Also, Novatech did not inform investors of this cease and desist order, and I can attest to that. If they had informed us, you would have heard it here on my channel. Okay, so basically, guys, here's what it is in a nutshell. The state of Wisconsin says, okay, you can no longer operate here, right? The state of Wisconsin says you have to pay back every single investor who invested in Wisconsin. The state of Wisconsin has also brought up charges on a promoter, right? A promoter in the state of Wisconsin. The state of Wisconsin is saying that if you don't pay back restitution and if you don't pay $50,000 and if you don't comply with the cease and desist order, we're going to bring criminal charges. Okay. Now, I have heard varying different accounts as to where the Petions are. Okay. But the question is, what are they going to do? Now, this is just yet, this is yet another thing that we should hit the brakes and let's think about this for a minute, guys. So, what does this mean for us? I'm going to jump into the chat now. All right, we got Zion. What states? Zion, it was the state of Wisconsin. Stephanie, really nervous. Why? I mean, Stephanie, do you still have money in there? Let me know in the chat. You. Oh my God, I'm going to lose everything. You is a troll, ladies and gentlemen. You is a troll. He's going to lose his house. He's going to lose his car. He's going to lose his wife. And he's basically mocking you guys who could potentially lose money because of this. So I got something for you, you. Here you go, you. That's for you. But thanks anyway for the comment, right? I appreciate that you think I'm important enough to sit here on my channel and make multiple weird comments. You know, that just it touches my heart. It's just very touching you. Thank you. Thank you, man. Okay, next up. Stephanie, may God help us all. Wow, Stephanie, sound like you got a lot of money in there. How will we get our money? Okay. Brandon Brooks. Oh my God, what's next? Wayne Gray. I told you it was thoughts and prayers. Yes, you did. Wayne, yes, you did, brother. You said, hey, Novatech is at a point of thoughts and prayers only. I mean, shouldn't we? I mean, I have seen this coming for some time, guys. So, and that's why I've had some conversations with some of my people like, hey, man, are you sure you can afford to lose this? Because it's looking like you might. Right. All right. Next up. You. Why didn't you tell me, Wayne? I would have listened. Why? Unexempt. LOL. Yep, the calculator site. You betcha. You betcha. He probably had. He pulled that compound calculator right up, baby. He knew that there were cease and desist orders. He knew that Novatech was like getting banned in multiple countries and states, and yet still there he was on Craigslist bringing somebody on, bringing up the Forex compounding calculator and saying, "Yeah, buddy, come on, baby. Nothing wrong here. Nothing to see here." Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Nothing to see here. No problem. How much would you like to start with? How about 10,000? Right? How about 10,000? Oh, by the way, they're going to be freezing the trading account, so you're not going to be able to actually withdraw that 10,000, right? But it's like he invested the money and then boom. Oh, by the way, your trading account's frozen. But don't worry, right? It's just a necessary step that we have to take during this time because of everybody panicking because of FTX. Yeah, that's it. No problem. No, nothing to worry about here. You can't get your money. Hey, maybe you need your money. You can't get it. No problem. No problem. Let's just go on and keep on. Nope, no problem here. Got the blinders on. Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. Everything is going to be fine. The calculator side, absolutely. Joshua McQueen, Novatech needs to start defending itself in court with countersuits. Well, so far they haven't, right? And yeah, I mean, it's going to come to the point where either they're going to have to do that or they're going to have to relocate, if you know what I'm saying, right? I mean, because now this thing in Wisconsin is bigger than the other ones because Wisconsin is like really ready to come after them at this point, right? Now we'll probably start seeing some other states follow suit. And this is a development, right? It's happening live right here. I'm on here with you. I'm processing it all with you here at the same time. And yeah. And if you're getting some sauce out of this, hit the like button. Because if you're getting it first here on the Unlimited Freedom Network, go ahead and do me a favor and hit the like button, right? Doesn't cost you anything to hit the like button. Helps me. Makes me feel like I'm adding some value to your life, right? So do me a favor and do that. It's that little thumbs up button. Yeah. All right. Novatech received another cease and desist and a $50,000 fine. Glinda Fletcher. Hello, Glinda. Batman, what a load. It's a load of something, isn't it? Unexempt. Wow. Here we go again. Yes, sir. Tusi. Oh my gosh. Elmo, please stop with the sound effects. No. I'm not going to stop. Sorry. This is who I am. Am I going to yell? Yes. Am I going to scream? Sometimes, right? Am I going to play sound effects? Right? Here's one more. Yeah, I'm going to play sound effects. Okay. Batman, it's Canada all over again. Yes, sir. Larry Golden was going to make a message, but then he retracted it. Look, it's Larry. Larry, you are a popular guy, my friend. Batman just got a withdrawal the other day. Good. Good. Hey, listen, if you guys should get a withdrawal, by all means, right? By all means, get it at this point, right? All right. Brandon Brooks, Larry Golden, it's not looking good for us. I listened to Larry. Now all my money is gone. Stephanie, wow. Johnny music. What? Stephanie, game over. Johnny, I live in Wisconsin. Yes, you do, buddy. So that means that, you're probably, yeah, I mean, you're going to have to get your money back, right? If they're going to comply with this order. But we'll just see what they do. We'll have to see. Larry Golden, I'm feeling great. Okay, care to elaborate on that, Larry? Matthew Missy, anyone that signed someone up is a promoter. Yeah, right. Larry got y'all scammed. Larry Golden, so what he was promoting, his business. A 50K fine is nothing. Yeah, this is a little bit more than that, though, Larry. And yeah, they went after a promoter, right? They went after a promoter. Okay, so this is why it's so important that you got to be compliant, right? When you're promoting an opportunity. I mean, this guy, I mean, he probably was. I mean, I wasn't there. So we'll just have to see with how they respond to this, what they do. But at the very least, it's going to cost them a lot of money in legal fees, right? This guy who was, who was the promoter, and we don't know how many people he brought into Novatech. What if that was like one of his only recruits, right? And now he's hit with this lawsuit. Man, that kind of sucks, right? But hey, I am just reporting the news. Okay, that's all I'm doing here. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just reporting what's going on. I read it word by word for you, so you can draw all your own conclusions on that. Okay, so Larry, though, man, listen, I think it's more than a 50K fine, right? I think that's just kind of that's just because it's restitution, bro. I mean, that's like for everybody who invested. All right. 50K is just a start, my friend. Brandon Brooks. Everyone jump ship with me to the funds platform. Let's all go to funds, right? It's basically funds used to be the poor man's Novatech, right? But now funds is going to be the new Novatech. So watch out. Let's all go to funds, right? Hey, no Novatech's falling apart. Let's go to funds. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. Next up, Brandon Brooks, Larry Golden. Oh, wait. Hold on. Sorry. Larry Golden, let's join funds. Okay, 50K is just the start, my friend. Low Codify Beats. What's up, Lo-Fi Code Beats? What's up? You good? Once the Petions are indicted, every NT investor can and should file a Ponzi theft loss with their CPA. Right. That's something that you can write off on your taxes for sure, guys. This will allow them to write off the total investment on their taxes. Look it up. That is a good call out. Okay. So let's say you guys do have a bunch of money sitting in Novatech and it collapses, right? And you can write that off on your taxes as a loss at the very least, right? But if Novatech actually gets held responsible and gets like criminally liable for this, then you're going to also have other options to where you can ask for relief from different organizations. Okay. Facts, that's truth. Okay. VJ, what's up, VJ? You good? If they truly have fled the country, how is anyone going to get their money back? At this point, it's done then. Yeah. Well, listen, if they're smart, they fled the country. Right. If they're smart, they've been gone since October of 2022. Right. I mean, because you know how this country is. Once they get you in their sights and they're ready to come after you, your goose is cooked. Right. So if they're smart, They're in Dubai right now. Okay. All right. But yeah, I mean, look, is it any surprise? Is it any surprise? I mean, first they freeze the trading account, right? Then they slow play the bonus accounts. Then they come up with all these weird new rules and say that they're going to pay an additional 50% if you bring new people in. Why would anyone bring new people in right now? Why, how could you where in your mind does that say good idea? Hey, you can't get your money out. You can't get paid. They're not paying. The website barely works. They've got a ton of litigation against them. Let's bring in some new people. Yeah, that's the answer. That's what we need to do. Ah, where's my explosion sound effect? I mean, that's cold-blooded, baby. Hey, you got some cold-blooded cats out here, man. You got some cold-blooded. Yeah, let's join. Hey, I got an idea. Why don't you join Novatech? Why don't you put in $30,000 into Novatech? There you go. That's a good idea. You know, right? D, what's going on, D? Shout out to D. We just worked with a company to develop proprietary software for our own bot. Our profits are crushing Novatech. Send me an email. Let's talk. Right? I believe that these trading bots are going to be the way of the future, guys. Having said that, I still think it's important for you to learn your own trading strategy and to be able to trade yourself, because you can't just trust AI to do everything for you. Okay. And it's if the trading bots come out and they start exploding, right? And they start making people into millionaires overnight, what do you think the government's going to do? You think the government's going to sit back and let that slide? Let people be being made millionaires on AI? Not going to happen. No, 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 no. Because the government wants to control the money. So they're not going to let that happen, right? They'll make it illegal, right? Hey, when in doubt, just make a law, baby, make it illegal, right? Let's keep those ants in the ant farm. Keep them on the treadmill, keep them on the 9 to 5, keep them working until it's time to retire, and then we'll pay them a little bit of Social Security, give them Medicare, and send them on their way to death. That's the game plan. Right? That's the game plan. They're not going to let people start making millions overnight. And watch, listen. Your buddy Vaughn has been around for a while. Okay, I've seen a little bit of history, right? Because I'm a historic guy at this point, right? Been on this earth for a few years. Seen some things happen. I've seen history repeat itself. It does tend to do that. Alrighty, let's go. Johnny, what do I do now? You wait. Johnny, you wait. Okay. Keep an eye on what's developing in your state with this litigation. Okay. Keep an eye and just, tune into my show. I'm going to be every time we get a new update on this, I'm going to be throwing on a broadcast. I'll go over everything with you. And what you have to do is understand that probably, dude, the reason why you haven't been paid is because of this. That's because they have to pay everybody in your state. And they're figuring out probably how to do that if they are complying with the order. If they are not complying with the order, then we all just ought to kiss that money goodbye. Because if they've left the country and they're, and they're out, right? If they took the money and run or whatever happened, then forget it, man. You're not going to get your money. I'm not going to get. Nobody's going to get their money, right? So time will tell. Let's see what they respond with. Maybe they'll do a countersuit. Maybe they'll schedule a hearing, right? We'll just have to see how they respond. But one thing they haven't done, and I want you guys to pay attention to this. One thing they haven't done is they've known about this since April 4th and maybe before April 4th, and they have said nothing to you. They've said nothing to me. They've said nothing to him. Not even DAP. For all you guys who are in love with DAP, he didn't tell you about this, did he? No. But he's probably going to have a spin on it, right? So Keep an eye out for what Dap's got to say. Why don't you share that with share Dap? Yeah, share Dap. Right? Maybe Dap has a way to make this all make sense. Right? Why don't you share him with your people? Right? Don't send him over here. Right? I'm too negative. Right? No, send him to Dap. Right? Dap will help. Right? A pat on the back for Dap. All right. Let's see what we got next. Larry Golden, why are you quiet? Right? Larry, you are very quiet, man. What's going on? I don't think Larry's here anymore, guys. All right. You have to report ASAP if you want any chance of seeing your money again. You have to report. What's that going to do? But they already know about the situation. What is, you guys, some funny thing about you guys, you Ponzi people, is that you think that the answer is to report everything to the police and to government. Like they're like, what are you going to do if you actually have to defend yourself one day? What are you going to do if you actually get in a situation where you can't just call 911? What are you going to do then? Right? You're weak, man. You're soft. You're soft. Go report it. Let's go make a report. Right? Man. All right, Larry is very quiet. He likes to talk in his vids, but not now. LOL. Okay, so I guess Larry's. Actually, Larry's been messaged me a few times back and forth on here. He's just he's a believer. He's a hardcore believer in Novatech. But it's like, dude, I mean, the writing's on the wall, right? Are you just gonna? I mean, you're just. I just don't get it, man. I don't get how people can be so blind, right? When something is happening right in front of their face and they just blatantly choose to disregard it. All right. All right, I love watching you, man. Appreciate the shout out. Okay, but at the same time, you can't just report everything. All right, I appreciate you too, man. Just whine all you want, right? Call the police, call the coppers, right? If that's what makes you happy, call the coppers. I'm not stopping. Okay, SAT prep, Egypt, Cairo. This entire space is risky. The key seems to be diversification. Yes, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You understand. I'm astounded how much capital many people tie up in one platform. I'm working with 4 platforms and investing in others. Hit the like button. Hit the like button because SAT Prep, Egypt, Cairo just gave you some sauce, right? So hit that like button because he just gave you the sauce. Diversify, right? Don't put all your eggs in the same basket. Don't put all your money into one platform. That's not smart, right? SAT Prep, Egypt, Cairo. I hope Nova survives this. I don't know, man. They've been having a lot of hits, man. You know what I mean? I mean, how I guess I hope so too, right? Here's hoping, right? But I mean, it's like every day it's something else, man. Every day, something new every day. I'm on here talking about Novatech almost every day. I don't know, man. I don't know. We will see. But it's not looking good. Okay, it's definitely not looking good. All right, Rebecca Pierre. Only you would tell us. Thanks for the sauce. You got it, Rebecca. Thank you. Appreciate you. Okay, SAT Prep, Egypt, Cairo. What is Funds? So Funds is like the poor man's Novatech, right? Funds basically does the exact same thing that Novatech does. They package it a little bit differently, right? That's about 3% a week. You know what I mean? They say that they're doing this, that, and the other thing. You can go check them out for yourself. I don't have a link to Funds in my description, but I do have a link to some other opportunities in there that you might want to check out. Up to you. Stephanie, over 50,000. Okay, well, thank you for telling me that. Okay. And that's a lot of money, right? So you can't change what you've already done. You can't change the past, right? And I hope that you did not over leverage your account, right? So if you put in 50,000, I hope you've got a lot of liquid money because that's a big investment, right? If not, then this is going to be a hard hit for you. Okay. And it's just going to have to be one of those things where you got two choices. You're either going to like leave the space and never come back, which some people do when these things happen. You get a rug like that, you leave the space, never come back. I've lost a lot of money, guys. I'm a Forex trader, traditional Forex. I do high frequency Forex, binary options. I do a lot of risky stuff, guys, and I've lost a lot of money in my life, right? And I've lost with platforms, right? So you're either out, like you're out for good, and you're like, this is a big scam. I'm never gonna touch this again. I'm never gonna mess with it again. Or you just try again, but you're smarter about it next time. So instead of like putting it all in one, you might put like 10 G's over here, 10 G's over there, 5 G's into this. You know what I mean? That way, like if one of them like has this horror story, right, that we're seeing right now with Novatech, if one of them has a like a big horror story, then you've got you've still got funds in the other platforms. You see what I'm saying? And so that's definitely something to think about. Right. D, I said I was going to send you an email the other day. I definitely will today. Thank you, because I've been going to my email. I'm like, man, how come D hasn't sent me that email? I'm looking at my email like, what? Didn't she say she was going to send me an email? What's going on? What's going on, D? Wait for your email. Larry Golden, save this video, buddy. I'll be a millionaire from Novatech platform. My wife is great because I invested what I can lose. Why wouldn't I save the video? I save all my videos, bro. I'll be a millionaire from Novatech platform. Okay. I mean, it's not really looking that way right now. What do you say about all this stuff that's going on? I mean, you think that this is just that like nothing's gonna come of this? I mean, really, man. I mean, this is kind of serious stuff that they're dealing with right now, Larry. Um, my wife is great. I think you mean my life is great. Okay, because I invested what I can lose. Well, that's good. You know, at least you didn't over leverage yourself, right? Haha. Okay, Larry. See you soon. Cola. I really was going to join Novatech. I was on a wait and see. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's good that you were on a wait and see. Right? It's good that you were on a wait and see. Larry, I'm not quiet. I'm cutting my grass. Shout out to you, Larry. This man is cutting his grass and he's tuned in to the Unlimited Freedom Network. That's right. You know, I used to always be listening to a podcast or something or other while I cut my grass too. So I'm right there. I used to listen to true crime. I used to sit there and cut my grass, and I would binge on true crime podcasts because I'm a weirdo. Okay, but yeah, that's awesome, man. Glad to have you here. I'm glad to have all you guys here. Okay. Terry Smith, man, this week when I didn't see my ROI, I thought it didn't come in yet. But after a few hours, I decided to check, and my eyeballs almost popped out because it was lower than dirt, almost negative. Yeah, it was a very low ROI. Yeah, but you know, guys, like I said before, I'm not even considering ROI right now. Like that doesn't even come into my mind. I'm just like, you know, what my stance has been is, wow, man, can Novatech survive this? Are they going to survive? So my question has been, are they going to get caught up on the bonus account payouts? And are they going to get caught up on this? They say that you can get like 5% out of the trading account. Are they going to honor that? Are they going to be able to honor these new parameters that they put in place? And so far, the answer's been no, right? Because people are they're still behind, guys. I mean, they're not getting their bonus accounts on time, right? And I haven't heard anybody that got their trading account come in. I haven't heard anybody. So, all right. Sean David, sigh. Yeah, man. I hear you. This is going to be a tough hit for a lot of people, man. If this thing goes down in a blaze of glory, right? If the airplane finally crashes and goes boom and it just goes, people are going to lose some serious money, man. And that's a hard pill to swallow, right? If that occurs. Okay. Larry, I'm not a hardcore believer of anything. I have under 20K invested in NT. I'm good. Good. Good, man. I mean, that's the there. So you're doing it the right way, then, right? You shouldn't. Yeah, you don't want to. You don't want to be like loyal to the point where you like you. I mean, loyal to I guess where it really hurts you, right? It really affects you with a big loss. Like you only want to invest what you can afford to lose. You want to withdraw early, withdraw often, right? You want to make sure that you develop mental toughness. You want to make sure that you diversify. These are all important components to this space because we're dealing in a risky environment, right? So that's exactly what you should do. Stephanie, what do you think of C12? I like it. Okay, I like C12. Okay, I like it. It's a high risk platform. Okay, 12% a day. Yeah, that's a bit high risk, right? However, it's been working for me, and I've been creating. C12 is almost like a money printing machine. I've been creating a lot of passive income using the C12 platform. Links in the description. So I use it. I like it. So far, I've been making money with it. I always get my seed money back first, right? So you want to get your seed money out first, right? That way you're not playing with your own money, you're only playing with profit. So you put in 100, make that 100 back, take that 100 out and now use the profit to reinvest. Does that make sense? Right? And then you want to after you've locked in your seed money, you want to lock in some profits. Withdraw early, withdraw often, take yourself out to dinner, right? Get a nice steak dinner, right? Go to a nice restaurant, right? Withdraw the money and spend it. Enjoy some of it, right? So definitely pull out your seed money, enjoy some of the profits, and then whatever's left over, you can try to compound that, right? But you don't want to just get into this trap of putting more and more and more money so that when finally something happens, it's like, man, holy crap, I just lost all that money, right? I used to have this, now I have this. You know what I mean? You. I'm not for calling the cops, and yes, you should be able to defend yourself, but when it comes to this, you can't and won't track them and get your money back. So I say again, report, report, report. But what is reporting going to do, bro? I mean, I mean, they already know about it, right? And if you hire a lawyer and try to take a civil action, you're just going to be spending a lot of money on the lawyer, and there's no guarantee that you're going to be able to recoup their funds because if there's no money there, you're not going to be able to collect, right? So I don't really see anything to report. Okay, but I appreciate your comment. D, will you be at the GS Partners event next month? I'll be there. Get a flight and I'll tell you where to stay with the rest of us. We're about to put together a money team that week, Vaughn. You can't miss it. D, are you inviting me to an event? Are you inviting me to GS Partners? Is that what that is? I hadn't planned to go, but the thing is, I have other things that I'm going to be doing, right? So I already have a couple of things that I'm going to be hitting on next month. But, however, I definitely want to network. I strongly believe in networking. So send me an email. Let me know what's up. And yeah, let's chop it up. Let's definitely chop it up. And if I'm able to make it, I'll be there. Larry Golden, Keela Harrell, you will regret it. Okay, not sure what that means. Wycliffe Hoshing, Unlimited Freedom Network. That's right. That's what it's all about, baby. Shoot me an email. I forgot to include that the GS Partner event is in Dubai. Yes, I've heard about that. Stephanie, thank you. Okay. No, thank you for tuning in. Okay, and continue watching. Continue to navigate this, and put together a plan for yourself so that you don't feel like you're doing absolutely nothing. It's sometimes if the rug is getting pulled underneath you, it's good to like put together a plan for what you're going to do in each scenario. So if Novatech survives, I'm going to do X. If Novatech does not survive, I'm going to do Y, right? If it's an I don't know type of thing, I'm going to do Z. And so that way you have a plan. That way you don't just feel like the world is like just crushing you, right? When something like this happens. So that's an important thing. And yeah, man, if I hope I can make it. Either way, I would love to go to Dubai. I mean, I just not to like live there, right? But I would love to visit Dubai, right? And if that's where the Petyons did go, then they're probably pretty happy because Dubai is nice from what I've seen. Larry D, he will be trashing GS Partners in a few months. That's his gift. Why do you think I'm trashing? Like, I can't I just be honest? Like, how is this trashing? Right? I'm like literally I'm reporting the news. right? Johnny, thank you, Vaughn, for your input. Look forward to your class. Yes, sir. I'm gonna be. Listen, guys, don't don't hold your breath because I'm working on it. I'm making a trading course. It's going to be attainable, achievable, sustainable. And you guys you're going to be able to make more than you ever did before once you get that course. But I'm going to make it perfect. It's got to be something really good for you guys. If I'm going to give you something, it's got to be some sauce, right? It's got to be some legit sauce where you can actually make an income. I don't want to just be that guy who throws out a random trading course that you learn some basics and then you never just like, well, what do I really do? I keep losing. No, I want to actually show you my strategy, right? And that's going to take some time. It's going to take some refining, and I want to make sure. And I actually just today, since you mentioned that, I spoke with somebody on the trading course who might be handling some of my, some of the artwork and some of the boxing of it and the presentation. So I'm excited about linking up with him. D, I support Vaughn 100%. I'm good with his analysis. Thank you, D. But listen, man, look, I'm not trashing anybody, right? I've said before, and I'll say again, GS Partners does a lot of different things, right? And I find it easier to promote GS Partners by just sharing what I'm actually doing with people. And what I'm doing is I have a metaverse certificate and I'm allowing that metaverse certificate to work for me and I'm reporting on how it's working, right? I don't get into all the blockchain stuff, all the mining stuff, all of the, the brand new metaverse, I don't think it's the Amazon of the future. I just don't buy it, right? Why do I have to buy it? If I can find a product that works and that's making me money, I'm happy with that. And I'm happy to tell my people about that. But I'm not going to get on here and act like, it isn't weird that they've got all this weird crap. And it's like, what are you doing? How are you making money with this? You're doing too much. It's intimidating. It's confusing, right? It's going to turn people off and it makes it hard to promote the opportunity. Does that mean I'm trashing it, Larry? Does that mean that I'm just getting in on here and trashing things? I don't think so. I think I'm being honest, right? I think I'm just giving my honest take on what's going on. So honestly, bro, why is it if you're going to say something like that, then back it up, man. You know, you know what you're good at? You're good at just like attacking me, but you don't really have any like how is this trashing? I'm reading an article that just came out, man, about your precious Novatech has yet again, is in the news, right? I mean, it's not good, right? How can you make that good? How you spin that? Well, you better tune in to DAP because I'm sure that DAP will figure out a way to spin this for you and make it all good, right? Share DAP, right? Yeah. Forget Vaughn. Forget unlimited freedom. No. Just because I've known him for a bunch of years, just because I've worked with him in the past, forget him. Let's listen to DAP. D, I want people who keep it 100 in my camp. That's a big reason why I'm successful. Shout out to you, D. Appreciate you. Larry, there's the hook. There, I got him. There's the hook. I gotcha. You're going to be selling that trading course, aren't you? That's what he's doing. It's all a well plotted out scheme. The big bad Vaughn has struck again. The criminal, right? The big bad criminal has struck again. And he's created a scheme, a secret evil plan to get you to buy his trading course. You got me pegged, bro. You got me all figured out, Larry. Good for you, man. Yeah, I'm going to charge for it, Larry. Are you happy now? Yes. It's going to be something that you can purchase on my channel. Why? Because it took years to learn. I spent tons of money on education. I spent tons of money in trial and error. I lost a lot of money. I worked really hard for years to develop this strategy. So you think I'm just going to give it away? You got me pegged, buddy. You got me pegged. You figured me out. That's my big secret. That's the whole reason behind this. That's the big secret. Yeah, I've got an evil plan. I'm an evil genius. There it is. I got him. I caught him. There's the hook. You got me, buddy. You got me pegged. You got me all figured out. You. I like you a lot more than these other YouTubers like Larry. So shout out to you, Vaughn. Keep doing you. Shout out to you too, baby. I appreciate it. Listen, man. I'm not going to agree with everything that anybody says, okay? It is what it is. Doesn't mean I don't like it. Doesn't mean just nothing personal, right? We can come on here and talk all day long and have a nice, nice back and forth all day long. It's never personal. The only time it gets personal is when people make it personal, right? Because I don't do that. I just talk about the issues. I'm not personally attacking somebody in my chat. But hey, man, you're gonna play in the kitchen. You got to take the heat, right? You're gonna ask me a hard question. You're gonna get a hard answer, right? And so, as long as we're all clear on that, then we're all good. Stephanie, I can't wait for your class. Just stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned. It's gonna be a good one because there's a lot of people out there who make trading courses and people out there who make trading YouTube channels and stuff like that. And what I found is that they themselves don't have a strategy that consistently works. I mean, have you ever noticed that? Like some of these quote unquote educators, their own strategy isn't consistent, right? And so, what I'm doing right now is I'm collecting receipts for so every profitable day I get a receipt and it shows how much profit I made for that day. So I'm collecting so that in my course I can show you, hey, here's that, here was April 1st, I did this amount, April 2nd, this amount. Here's the receipt, here's the receipt, here's the receipt, here's the receipt. So that way you guys can see that there's actually money being made, right? All right. Hey Larry. What then do you say about Novatech's hook? Hook, line, and sinker, maybe? LOL. Shout out to you, man. Wycliffe, give me a laugh. Stephanie, LOL. Mishap Enterprises, out of control, LOL. Appreciate it. Guys, I didn't just lose it now. I lost it a while ago. Okay, it's been gone. Larry Golden, Novatech has a track record. Unlimited Freedom was just praising NT 4 months ago. So now you a pro. Mishfat Enterprises, I needed this laugh today. Precious love, no mass withdrawals this week. Larry, dude, I'm still part of Novatech, right? I still have money in Novatech, Larry. Dude, I have made a lot of money with Novatech. But why should I just ignore when this stuff happens and not talk about it? What good does that do? What purpose does that serve? Right? I mean, this is a pretty big deal that just happened, right? This just happened just now. That's why I'm on here live going over it with you guys. It's always got to be because you don't like what I'm saying, it has to come back to me. Oh, I'm a hypocrite because I was praising Novatech and now I'm not. Well, dude, listen, I still stand by I made a lot of money in Novatech, okay? But I got out back in October. I pulled out my seed money. I pulled out a large sum of money, my profits, right? Because they got a cease and desist order in California. They got in trouble in California. And I said, okay, let me go ahead and get most of my stuff out. I'll leave in a little bit just to see if they're able to survive this and pull through this. But I went ahead and did that because you have to withdraw early and you have to withdraw often, right? I wasn't trying to become a millionaire. I wasn't trying to compound myself into the millions. All right. Now, listen, you don't have an argument. That's why you make ad hominem attacks. For those of you who don't know what ad hominem means, it means it's a personal attack against the person themselves. So since Larry doesn't have an argument, He wants to come on here and make, like illusions of me being a hypocrite or ad hominem attacks against me. Like I'm a secret mastermind who's doing all this to sell his trading course, right? VJ, what's up, VJ? As someone who trades as well, always looking for new ways, looking forward to your trading course. Awesome. See, and what I want this to be is I it's going to be something that's plug and play, meaning I'm going to show you exactly what to do, which broker to sign up for, how to fund the broker, exactly when to enter the trade, exactly when to exit the trade. I'm going to show you the exact entry points. Everything is going to be laid out for you, right? And the method to, continually increase rather than, you go up a little bit, then you get knocked down, up a little bit, knocked down. And so you're just doing this all day, right? And you're not actually having any increase. But I'm going to show you the strategies that I use to prevent that, right? So it will be worth it. But guys, just be patient, right? Because it's going to take, like I said, I'm at the point right now where I'm trading and gathering receipts, right? So I'm gathering all the receipts for you guys. I want to show you legit receipts, right? So that you can see, okay, here's the proof, right? Here's the proof that it actually works. And then once you see that, once you've purchased the course, you're going to be ready to actually fully listen and fully go along with what's being taught there. That way you can replicate the strategy. All right, guys. So what we're going to do now is I am going to go over the complaint one more time, and then I will. Passive income demand is going to be a one time. It's probably going to be a high ticket item, okay, but it's just going to be a one time course. You buy it, and then it gets unlocked. And I'm working with some cybersecurity companies and things like that, so that it can't just be like reproduced and given away to people, right? Because sometimes that happens with content creators and course creators. So, but it's just going to be a one time thing. We're not doing any monthly subscriptions, right? Nothing like. It's just going to be like a package deal. Okay, you're welcome. All right, so I'm gonna go over the article in full one more time, okay? And then I will, if there's any more chats in here, I'll hit those. And yeah, so let's do it, guys. All right, guys, here's the article. Novatech FX fined $50,000 for securities fraud in Wisconsin. Novatech FX has received a securities fraud cease and desist from Wisconsin's Department of Financial Institutions. DFI's notice details allegations of fraud and includes proposed restitution and civil penalty orders. DFI's April 4th order lists Cynthia Petion, Eddie Petion, Novatech Ltd., and Paul J. Dorenzo as respondents. Cynthia and Eddie Petion own and operate Novatech FX. Novatech Ltd. Is a shell company incorporated in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Paul J. Dorenzo is a Novatech promoter from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Okay, so he's actually from Pennsylvania. As a matter of due diligence, the order opens by citing the Petion's financial history. Here's the order. In or about 2011, Cynthia and Eddie Petion filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy in the United States Bankruptcy Court for the Eastern District of New York. In or about August 2019, a debt buyer sued Cynthia Petion in the Circuit Court of the 15th Judicial Circuit in Palm Beach County, Florida, Civil Division, for a breach of contract and unjust enrichment, alleging that Cynthia Petion had failed and or refused to repay a loan. In or about July 2018, a mortgage lender sued Eddie Petion and Cynthia Petion in the Circuit Court of the 15th Judicial Circuit in and for Palm Beach County, Florida, Civil Division, in an action to foreclose a defaulted mortgage on residential real property held by Eddie Petion and Cynthia Petion. In or about April 2018, a credit card issuer sued Cynthia Petion in the Circuit Court of the 15th Judicial Circuit in and for Palm Beach County, Florida, for account stated and unjust enrichment. A judgment was entered against Cynthia Petion in the amount of $11,776. In or about October 2017, a credit card issuer sued Eddie Petion in the county court in and for Palm Beach County, Florida, for the account stated. A judgment was entered against Eddie Petion in the amount of $4,740.56. Here's the ad on Craigslist that was produced by DiRenzo. The order also cites Novatech FX regulatory warning from Russia, British Columbia, Canada, and California. Illegal conduct detailed in DFI's order begins with promotion of Novatech FX by Paul DiRenzo. DiRenzo promoted Novatech on Craigslist. Here's the ad. We trade for you, get paid every week. Let the professionals trade for you. They have a remarkable track record. You make steady profits that you can withdraw or let them compound. You have access to your funds the entire time. Completely passive income. It's free to join and you can get started with very low amounts. Get paid each week. Returns have averaged over 3% per week. Completely passive income. It just takes a few minutes per week and you don't need any special knowledge. It's a very simple program. Email me for more information. A Wisconsin resident, alias M.E., in the order, responded to DiRenzo's ad on November 16th, 2022. DiRenzo contacted M.E. via phone and directed him to a Zoom presentation held later that same day. On the Zoom presentation, DiRenzo pitched Novatech FX as an almost 3% a week passive income opportunity. The complaint goes on. Novatech's average weekly return for investors was almost 3% a week and a chart displaying no losses whatsoever. DiRenzo told ME that even in the weeks when cryptocurrency lost value, Novatech investors still got paid because Novatech's traders, quote, make money when the market is going up, down, or sideways. Novatech had purportedly managed funds for investors, which had purportedly earned 131% so far in 2022. DiRenzo said crypto went up in January, but is now down, but the Novatech traders always made money for investors. On December 1st, ME queried DiRenzo on California's Novatech FX securities fraud cease and desist. DiRenzo told ME he was aware of the order and the fraud allegations, but did not elaborate further or provide any additional information. DFI additionally notes that neither Novatech FX or any of its promoters informed ME of the Pettion's legal history, Novatech FX's regulatory problems, and that none of the respondents were registered to offer or sell securities in Wisconsin. The complaint continues. Novatech posted numerous videos to YouTube featuring Cynthia and Eddie Pettion representing to viewers that Novatech was registered as a hedge fund, broker-dealer, and investment advisor between 2020 and 2022. Novatech published posts to its Telegram account representing that it was a registered hedge fund on or about May 4th, 2022. As part of their investigation, DFI has established Novatech FX investors in Wisconsin number at least 270 investors. Okay, 270 in the state of Wisconsin, guys. The complaint continues. Pursuant to Wisconsin state law, an investment contract security includes an investment in a common enterprise with the expectation of profits to be derived through the essential efforts of someone other than the investor. Okay? It is unlawful for a person in connection with the offer, sale, or purchase of a security, directly or indirectly, to make an untrue statement of a material fact or to omit to state a material fact necessary in order to make the statements made in light of the circumstances under which they were made not misleading, right? The investment packages offered by Novatech FX are investment contract securities pursuant to Wisconsin state law because Novatech investors' funds were to be managed by third-party traders to generate profits trading cryptocurrency and Forex for the investors without any active involvement by the investors. Okay? Novatech, Eddie Pettion, and Cynthia Pettion violated Wisconsin state law when they offered securities in Wisconsin and omitted to state material facts necessary to make the statements made. Novatech, Eddie Pettion, and Cynthia Pettion violated Wisconsin state law when they offered securities in Wisconsin and made misrepresentations of material fact, including but not limited to the representations that Novatech was registered as a hedge fund, broker-dealer, and investment advisor when it had never been registered in any of those capacities. None of the above respondents have ever been registered to offer or sell securities with the Division Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, or the Financial Regulatory Authority, FINRA. As a result of the alleged securities fraud violations, DFI has ordered Novatech FX and the Petions to, quote, cease and desist from making or causing to be made any person or entity in Wisconsin any further offers of sales or securities until such securities qualify as covered securities or are registered. Restitution has been ordered for all Novatech FX Wisconsin investors. The Petions are also required to pay a $50,000 civil penalty. More on the complaint. Novatech Ltd., Cynthia Petion and Eddie Petion shall pay restitution within 30 calendar days of the issuance of this order and provide the division with proof of the restitution to the Wisconsin investors by no later than 30 days after restitution has been made. Okay, so they're being ordered to pay restitution to the investors and the fine. It is further proposed that an order be issued imposing a civil penalty against Novatech Ltd., Cynthia Petion, and Eddie Petion in the form of an administrative assessment totaling $50,000 for the violations committed pursuant to Wisconsin state law. The civil penalty is contingent on Novatech paying restitution to Wisconsin-based residents. Finally, Novatech FX will be required to pay DFI for costs related to its investigation. That amount is to be determined at a later date. Novatech FX and the Petions have 30 days to request a hearing to challenge DFI's allegations. If they fail to do so, the proposed orders become permanent. Failure to adhere to DFI's order is a criminal offense under Wisconsin state law. To the best of my knowledge, Novatech FX has not informed investors of DFI cease and desist order. Yeah, they haven't. I never got it. You never got it. None of us got it. Okay, so the first Novatech securities fraud warning happened back in 2019, okay? In some instances, in February of 2019, when they relayed that the trading accounts were frozen, some regulators have stated that because of that, in February 2023, Novatech FX has collapsed, right? Since then, limited withdrawals are being paid under increasingly restrictive conditions. Novatech FX's weekly returns have dropped from almost 3% a week to a fraction of a percent. As of March 2023, SimilarWeb estimates 72% of Novatech FX's website traffic originated out of the U.S. Whether the Petions are still in the U.S. has been unclear since late 2022. Securities law in the U.S. is materially the same at the state and federal level. Okay? It is also being anticipated that wire fraud charges and securities fraud charges will be filed against Novatech FX at some point in the future. So there it is, guys. There is the article. There is the order. You heard it here first. Guys, if you get some value from this, make sure to smash that like button. Drop me a comment. Also, once again, guys, never invest in any platform, anything that you cannot afford to lose. Having said that, this has been the update on the Novatech. This has been an emergency meeting on breaking news about Novatech. Today's April 17th, 2023. We got more legal problems, more cease and desist orders, guys. I will be updating you as soon as new information comes about. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Take care, guys.